Building a real estate business can be extremely difficult depending where you are at in your journey. And the biggest complaint I get from real estate agents, whether they're a solo agent, whether they're just starting a team leader, or even a brokerage owner, is that there's no plug and play platform where it shows them how to build a business. Well, the reality is there's really 5 stages to entrepreneurship, and that actually plays directly into real estate. So if you can understand the 5 stages and know exactly where you are at on your journey, you will be able to identify the warning signs and also understand what you need to do to take the next step so you don't end up in a vicious cycle. What do they always say about real estate? It's that it's the cash flow coaster, because what happens is you start lead generating when you have no deals working. Then you start generating leads, then you start working with those leads and you stop prospecting, then you make a bunch of money, and then you're back to generating leads again because you didn't keep generating leads when you're working with those clients. So let's walk through each single stage of entrepreneurship. And my name is Jesse Dow. I am a 6-time icon agent here at eXp Realty. I am also a top 100 influencer agent. I've closed over 800 transactions here at eXp and I absolutely love it. So if you want more information and videos just like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. But let's get into the 5 stages of entrepreneurship. Number 1 is uninformed optimism. This is when you are extremely excited, you're motivated, you're full of confidence, but you don't know the challenges ahead and you feel like everything's possible. Maybe a friend told you, hey, you should become a real estate agent. And you're like, that's a great idea. I watched $1 Million Listing. They just walk around, they show houses, they write contracts, they have all these parties, and life's good. Well, newsflash for you, that's not the reality of real estate. And that's typically what happens. And that is why real estate actually has a 87% failure rate with agents in their first 2 years. That is uninformed optimism, which then takes you to stage 2, which is informed pessimism. And this is really where agents end up giving up. Reality sets in, you start to see the difficulties, you're understanding the hidden costs, the complexities, all the excitement fails. How many agents get into real estate and they say, well, heck, the school never prepared me for this, or I didn't know I was gonna join a brokerage and then they were gonna start making me pay for business cards, listing signs, lock boxes, MLS dues, NAR dues, local associations, state associations, and the list goes on. That is called informed pessimism, and that really takes us to stage number 3, which is really the valley of despair. And this is the absolute hardest stage because you literally come to a fork in the road. There's an overwhelming feeling where progress seems stalled, and this is where people either quit or, which also kind of ties into quitting, is they go back to stage number 1, which is uninformed optimism. But if you can identify these hurdles and these warning signs, you can move into stage number 4, which is informed optimism. You know how everyone always talks about the messy middle and you just have to break through, and this is when the boring stuff happens. And they say that it takes 5 to 7 years to really build a successful business. The problem is when you start something, everyone's cheering you on. Everyone's rallying. Jesse, you're the best. We knew you were going to get your real estate license. You're putting your brokerage on LinkedIn, so everyone's super jacked for you. Then you might quit and go to another brokerage, which is you're cycling back to uninformed optimism because someone sold you on a dream that moving to this brokerage was going to solve all your pain points. And in reality, you just weren't doing the work. However, if you can break through and move to stage number 4, which is informed optimism, this is when you gain clarity for all the small wins. You know the challenges, but you're realistic about the solutions and your confidence starts to grow again. I'll give you an example. In 2025, I told myself, I said, I'm gonna focus on going all in. I'm gonna go to all the events. I'm gonna network with all the right people. I'm gonna do all the activities that I can control, because when the markets are slow, this is the best time to dial in your processes and your systems, and then let the results speak for themselves. In 2025 to today, we are now through Q1, Q2, and we're wrapping up Q3. I've been able to grow my organization by over 150 real estate professionals into my organization. My marketing agency over at the Channel Junkies, we have been able to 5x our client acquisition, and our real estate business has stayed steady versus last year. And the reality is it all came down to having informed optimism. Because what a lot of agents I work with do is when the market fell down, they wanted to start going back to stage number one, which was uninformed optimism, which was moving brokerages, starting a new business, and they took their eye off the prize. But if you could just identify that you're trying to, go back into this vicious cycle, then you can ignore that and keep moving forward. The problem is that at stage 3, the valley of despair, is it can become very painful. However, if you can just hold on and have the right guidance, you too can easily move down the path, which leads ultimately to stage number 5. And before I talk about stage number 5, I just want to let you know that if you're a real estate agent that is looking to align with professionals that are doing it at the highest level, whether it's on social media, traditional real estate methods, Sphere, post-closing automation, AI, I'm talking about the best of the best, and surrounding yourself with agents that can help get you through these stages in a very systematic way. Reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to have a conversation with you. We are partnering with agents all around the world that it doesn't cost a single thing. eXp Realty, the brokerage that we're at, pays us back indirectly from the agents we work with, which is the best model on the planet. Last year, they gave out over $200 million in revenue share. And yes, there's a lot of models out there that are also trying to replicate the eXp model. However, the one that you are going to put the effort into is the one that you are going to win on. And you also have to remember is that the same thing can be truthful for two different things. So, somebody told me that, the real estate market was crashing but the prices were going up. And I just said, well, the reality is the inventory level is staying the same. And that's the problem is that the buyers are leaving the market. The listings are coming off the market. And when you have those things moving in synchrony, then guess what? The absorption rate stays the same. So yes, listings are coming down, buyers are coming down, and the inventory level is staying the same. So the absorption rate is staying the same. So it's not affecting the value of homes. So yes, we have two things that are going on, and they both are giving us the result of prices actually, staying flat or slightly increasing, which blows people's minds. So that was when I go back to the eXp model. Yes, there are other brokerages out there that do similar things, yet the results are different, but it always comes down to you doing the actual work. So moving into stage number 5 this is when you find success and you have fulfillment and you've built your systems, you've gained the mastery, you've created stability in your life. The business works, the growth compounds, and you're achieving what you set out to do. This is when a lot of people get comfortable and they take their foot off the gas. However, at the end of the day, we're all setting ourselves up to build a legacy and to hopefully retire. So if you have a system that doesn't require you to be in the work, which is those systems that I love to build, then that is exactly what you're aiming for. And that's exactly why I am here and putting on this show for you. So that way you can too build success and have fulfillment without you being in the weeds. I get text messages and DMs all the time on my phone from agents at other brokerages saying, hey, how do you guys do what you do? And I say, come work with us. We'll show you how to do it. Unfortunately, they feel that being where they're at is, creating their path forward, and they're still in our DMs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you guys need anything, reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. And until next time, we'll catch you later.